Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Salesforce Hunt. This is Rohit. I hope you are good and doing well. So today I'm going to discuss about this Winter 25 new feature for LWC. So if you are new in this channel, so please I request to you all, please like, share, comments, subscribe the channel. Also you can turn on the bell icon for more updates so you never will miss any kind of update from my side. Okay, so before starting this video, if you want to enhance your knowledge regarding this LWC latest features, so you can watch this video until end and don't skip any part of this video if you want to enhance your knowledge. So let's get started without any further delay. So first of all, you have to log in into your Winter 25 pre-release org or your actual org as well. It's up to you, but it should be like Winter 25. This is the prerequisite. Okay, so let me explain to you the first feature. So first feature is local dev beta. Still in beta, but we can leverage this feature. I will show you each and every feature with example. Okay, so you can side by side you can implement these all feature in your org. Okay, so how we can implement this local dev server, and you can that is the most important, and this is my favorite feature in Winter 25 for this local dev. So let me tell you what is local dev. Okay, so local dev and develop LWC faster with the local dev server. So it's now available in Winter 25 sandboxes and Scratch org for now. So it is only applicable for the sandbox and Scratch org as of now. It's allowed to preview your LWC instance or instantly as your code. There is no need to refresh your page, reload, something like that, right? We use hot module loading and webhooks to let you local preview of your LWC or LWR sites, or mobile experience or any experience sites. Okay, so we have some prerequisites to implement this feature. So first of all, you have to install this plugin using this command sf plugin install at salesforce/plugin-lightning-dev. This is the plugin you have to install using your Salesforce CLI. I will show you how we can install it and how we can configure it. Here, second is like for Scratch org. This is for sandbox. You have to install. This is the common for all the Scratches org or sandbox. But for the Scratch org, for the specific Scratch org, under the config, we have file that is project-scratch-definition file, right? This is the JSON file. Under this file, you have to enable this property, that is enable lightning preview brief and true. So you have to make it this property as a true, and after that you can run your server using sf lightning dev app. Right now I'm using LWC component, so I can preview in my lightning app builder page this one. So how we can see this? Let me show you the example in our org. Okay, so this is my VS code. So I already enabled this property here. You can see this is the property. You have to enable it under config folder and this project scratch definition file. After that, this is for Scratch org. Okay, this is for Scratch org. If you want to preview this local dev in Scratch org, you have to enable this property. Otherwise, you can use directly using sandboxes, because right now I'm using free developer account. I already created this Scratch org. That's why I will show you this demo. You can use any sandbox as you have. Okay, it's up to you. After that, you have to open your terminal. So under this terminal, let me add another terminal. So under this terminal, you have to install the plugin. So plugin is very simple to install it. So this is a prerequisite step, like sf plugin, and this is the plugin name. So you have to install this one. So this is the command. First of all, this is a prerequisite. Okay, so you have to install this plugin. After that, you can install, and once you install it, and you have to create your LWC component. So how we can create that? Very simple. I already created one LWC component. Okay, so JS, you can see the JS file, that is my component here, local dev demo, and JS file don't have anything. In the HTML, I have added like a lightning card only, you can see. And under the config file, I just make the changes into the API version, because right now I'm using API version. And after that, I can use this page inside my record page, app page, home page. It's up to you, but as of now, I'm using only 3 targets here. And after that, you have to do one thing, how we can preview this component. Okay, so let me show you how we can check this locally. Okay, so before that, we have some, prerequisites, or we can say that one point, remember it. If you are using local dev preview, right? So it's not reflected into your actual org. It's only for your virtual org. I would say that it's only virtual org, like local dev preview. If you need that kind of changes in both environment, you have to deploy your changes using asset project deploy start command. Okay. So first of all, I will tell you the locally, and then we will see in the our org. So now I already executed the command, that is SF lightning, dev app. Here you can see. After that, you can see the preview. So here, now this is my org, scratch org, and this is my virtual org. You can see the URL as well. In the short URL, that is the scratch org, and this is the local org. You can see the URL is very longer, right? So this is the local dev org. So once you change something inside this org, that is local dev, okay, so it's automatic reflected here, but it's not reflected into the actual org. So I will tell you the reason is, okay. So now let me change something in the style. Let's say I want to make this, like card body to, let's say this is my local dev server, something like that. Once you change something inside your file, just you have to save your file, and immediately the changes will be reflect inside your, local dev. You can see this is my local dev. It's automatic reflected here. Please observe here. I already changed the body. That's why you can see the body is already changed. Or side by side, let me tell you how we can use this. Okay. So now, so here you can see the side by side. Okay. So I already changed this. This is my, local dev server. That's why you can see the local dev server. And also I want to change this hello one. So how we can change? You can change, let's say hello, let's say local dev. You have to do one thing, just Control S. Immediately you can see local dev is already changed. So please observe, if anything is changing into the title, body, or footer, it's automatic reflect here without any deploying single line of code. Okay, so here you can see everything is changes but line by line here, right? So that is local dev here. So let me change anything, or and also please remember this local dev only work for 3 files as of now, like CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. Right now we are doing into the HTML file here. Okay, if you need, let's say I want to add one H1, and this is heading something like that. And now let me add the SLDS. Under the SLDS, let's say text heading, I can use like heading large. Let me save this. Immediately you can see this is heading. So you say a few of seconds, like 1 second or milliseconds, is automatic reflected in my component. That is a local dev, right? No need worry about to deploy your component, right click and deploy source to org like that, or any configure as you have in your VS Code, like Control S and deploy to Salesforce org, right? So no need. This is the local dev in Winter 25. Okay, but I will tell you all the files here. This is the HTML. Let me change this, changes into the JS file, and let's see it's automatic reflected or not. Let me create the one variable or one property, that is greeting. Okay, that is greeting. Welcome to local dev server, something like that. Okay, just let me save this file, and now let me copy this one and paste it inside here in the body, or we can say that body, yep. Or in the heading, I can use this property inside my body. Once you make the changes inside your file, Control S, immediately you can see welcome to local dev server. It is coming from JS to HTML. Here you can see, right? Because greeting is a property inside my JS. You can see this one. That's why I just use that property greeting into my HTML, and it's automatic reflected into my component. Okay, I already discussed about 2 files, that is HTML and JavaScript. Now it's time to learn like CSS. So how we can check the CSS? Okay, once you change something in your file, right? I already added this CSS file here. Once you change your file, again you have to do one thing. Again, restart your server. So how we can restart our server? Very simple, very easy. Just open the terminal, under the terminal, under here, you have to use, let me clear it, this one, all the things. And now let me run this command like SF Lightning Dev app, and it's open the, our local environment in the browser window. So here, just now you can see, welcome to local dev server. It's a red color. If you change something, let's say I want to change something here, let's say background color, like yellow or green, something like that. Let me save this. Now immediately you can see the changes automatically reflect into this environment. But let me tell you one thing, these all changes is local preview, but these all changes not reflected into your actual org. If you need that your changes comes into your actual org, you have to deploy your changes into your org. So how to deploy it? Because here, if you see, this is the actual org, and this component is not reflected automatically because of we are using local dev, and local dev have these changes, but actual org don't have any changes. So how we can deploy these all changes? Very simple. Just you can use right click and deploy to source to org, or I can use like SF, project deploy start command, and after that these changes automatically reflected you from your local dev to your actual org. So let me refresh this page and let's see the changes is coming or not. So after that you can see our changes is coming here. So it means if you need like you are satisfied about these changes, like I'm good with these changes and my component working fine, so now you can deploy your local changes into the actual org. So that is the benefit of local dev. No need worry about like every time you have to deploy or something like that, right? And this is the style. You can use anything as you want, it's up to you, but for your better understanding purpose, that's why I discussed about these three files like JS file, HTML file and CSS file. Okay, so this is the first feature like local dev. Let me move to the next feature is like LWC API version 62.0 update. So I already shown you these things. We already updated this API version in my target files, metadata files. Okay, so how we can see that? Let me show you here. In the metadata file, here you can see the API version. It's automatic updated here, or you can manually change it because it's 61.0, but right now you can see 62.0. Okay, so you can make it your changes here. So this is another. Let me tell you the next feature is like class object binding for managing style. So in LWC API version 62.0 and later, you can provide multiple classes on an element within a JavaScript array or object. By using class object binding, you no longer have to concrete string to pass in multiple classes. Okay, so let's see this feature in action. Let me open my VS Code. So this is my VS Code, right? Let me close this window and everything, and let me create new component. And this is the new enhancement. You have to learn these things like class object binding for managing styles. So how we can use that? Let me show you here. Very important. Okay, so let me create the LWC component. Let's say style, something like that. You can use any component name for your knowledge purpose. That's why I'm selecting this component like style. So now our component is created successfully. Under here, now you have to use some styling in JS. So now let me add some position. Let's say position equal to left. Okay, you can use anything. Okay, it's up to you for now. And full width, let's say true, make it as a true, and hidden as a false. Okay, let me make one getter property like get. Let's say computed class names, something like that. So this is the getter property. Under this getter property, I can add dynamically like a return. Under this return, we have array. Under this array, we can use, let's say, this class like a div. Okay, div __ block. Okay, and after that, this dot position. Okay, position and we can make it like a template literal. Okay, so div underscore dollar, we have to use dollar and this dot position. Okay, after that we have to use like an object like a full width and this dot full width, and we have to use like here hidden property. So let me remove this one, like hidden equal to this dot hidden and div full width this is. Okay, so here you can see this is a getter property and we already created some computed class. So there is a two classes here, and how we can apply it. So before API 62.0, it's always written like a object something like that, right? So let's say I will tell you in the style here where it is, make it as a true this one first of all, because I need to expose this component in my target. So here let's say this one, let me save this. In this style previously it was showing like let me create the div. Under this div, let's say this is evaluate some classes here, something like that. Okay, so previously it was showing here, let's say class, and this class like a div underscore icon or something like that, as you have like div right underscore left and comma, and after that object. Previously that is the problem, like object and object like that. Okay, for in this API version like 62.0, this problem is resolved like object. We will see our class here. I will show you the into the actual UI. So please see these things, right? For now here we are using like 61.0 API version, and this is the some HTML. So let me take that getter property here. Let's see the output. So under this one I can pass my getter property inside my HTML like this. Let me save this and let me deploy this source to O. Okay, so under here I can add my component. Let me click this one, edit page, right? And my component name is style. It's very small window, don't worry, I can use like that. Save this, go back. Now here you can see my component. This is evaluated some class here. Let me inspect this, and please observe guys, this is the very most important for us. So here can you observe guys, here you can see my property as let me make it this one, this is bigger, right? So now you can see the problem was here, you can see div underscore block slash div underscore left comma object. That is the problem last API version like 61.0. But in this winter 25, this problem is resolved by this new feature, and this new feature is like class object binding for managing styles. So we cannot easily recognize this one object something like that. So how we can see our classes? So very easy, just you have to do one thing here in the this one metadata file. You have to change this API to 62.0. just save this and deploy source to org, and let me refresh this page. And once you refresh it, you cannot see that object because it's already resolved by the Salesforce team. So let me take this one, let me inspect it, and now here that is the magic here, right? So now you can see here like div underscore block, div left, and div underscore full width. Previously it was like object, but in this new API version you can see the proper class and object binding here, right? So this is the new feature. I hope you have some idea about it right now. Okay, so this is another feature. Let me move. The next feature is like new this dot style property. So previously, so this is the very most important feature if you are working on the API version, the old version, and this dot children first of array and the parent element dot style for the lightning dot, and this dot template dot host.style for the shadow DOM. As you know very well, lightning DOM, shadow DOM, right? Shadow DOM always, work with the encapsulate your, styling. But lightning dot is a normal DOM, right? So with the 62.0, this dot style simplifies this process. So how we can see these things, very easy and very useful, So how we can leverage this feature. And this is the new way to use these things. So let me open my VS Code. So here, this is my VS Code. Let me close it, this one, and make some changes here. Let me create new component. And my component name, it can be like a style or style demo, something like that. So this is my component. Under this component, previously it was an issue about, not issue, it's just it's a kind of long name, but I don't want to use my long name. It's a simplified version, I can use it. So how we can use the simplified version? Very useful and very easy way we can use this. So this is the another feature like set style, right? So I have created the set style method. Under the set style, this is the old way to set the property, but in this release I will tell you the new way. So how we can use that, the new way, let me tell you here. This log, under here we can use like to differentiate which one is old and which one is new, right? So now is a new way. So how we can use that, let me tell you, like new way. Okay, new way, the Salesforce simplified this dot template dot style or this dot template dot host to this dot style. Okay, so Salesforce already simplified this property, so you can use like this dot style directly, like this dot style. Okay, style dot set property color blue, something like that. This is the new way and very simplified way, right? After that you can debug it based on your need. Let me save this, deploy to org, and let's see the way. And I hope you will be get an idea about this new way. So this is the old way, this is the new way, and Salesforce already removed this dot template dot host to this. That's why you can see, right? You can see this one, this here, like this is totally convert to this dot template dot host and then style and this property here, right? So this is the new way. So let me check this one is working or not. Let me refresh this one, and now here just clear everything, click on this button. Now immediately you can see red is coming from old one, blue is coming from new one. Here you can see. Okay, so this is how you can set this all new features like new this dot style property. I hope you got the answer right, and you can implement this simplified version, and that's a easy way to use it, right? So now let me tell you the next feature is, so this is the new feature, and this is the next feature is new this dot host element property. So in LWC API version 62.0 and later, you can access the parent element using this dot host element in a render callback or in another callback, like any lifecycle hooks as you have in your LWC. And it's a very convenient syntax for this dot template dot host. So it's totally simplified like this dot template dot host to the this dot host element, and in Shadow DOM that now works with the Lightning DOM too. Okay, so how we can use that? Very simple and very easy way. Let me tell you the first old way and new way. Okay, so it's easy to understand these all things. So let me create the new component. Let me open my VS. So under the VS Code, let me close these whole features, right? Let me create new component, and let's say like a child, something like that. And now you can see our component is created successfully. Let me tell you the old way, new way, so you can easily understand what will be the changes or what is the changes right now. Okay, so let's say old way. So this is the old way. I'm going to tell you how we can use the old way and new way. Okay, so first of all, you have to do one in the console. I'm just using like console, so it's easy to track these all things. So console.log, under this console.log, right, I can use like this dot template, right? Let's say it's a template dot host, as you already knows these things, right? This dot template dot host. Okay, so this is the first way to use it. And you cannot use directly this component, right? So you have to use your render callback. So I can use like a render callback here. Inside this render callback, I can move my code. Let me cut this code and paste inside this render callback. So this is the old way to get the host, right? And another way, like console.log, under here, this dot template dot host dot like a tag name. I want to check the tag name, right? So here you can see that this is the old way. New way is, let me add the new way. Before that, let me differentiate this one and let me add the new way, how we can use this new way. So console.log, under this one, console.log, right? So Salesforce already simplified this one, that is this dot template dot host, right? So this dot template dot host is totally simplified to the this dot host element. Okay, so how we can use that? So let me tell you here, this dot host element, okay, and another one, this dot host dot tag name. So it's a very simplified, you can easily understand these all things. Here you can see these all, right? And everything is simplified to the new way. Here you can see, right? Now I will tell you how we can use this. So let me open my XML file, make it as true. Okay, make it as true and make it like target config. Let me deploy this component. Okay, once you deploy it, so I'm not using local dev. Why? Because every time we have to create new process, like again we have to restart our server, something like that. So for your better understanding, that's why I'm just deploying to directly source to org. Okay, you can use it local dev, it's always working. I already tested. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so now let me add that component here. Click on this edit page. Under this edit page, just close this one and make it some large here and child one, right? So I can add here like child. Save this. I have some problem. Just save this. Go back. So here tag name. It's getting error in the tag name. Why? Because this one new way always work with API. Please observe. So let me comment out here this piece of code and let's see this error is exist or not. Right now I'm using 61. You can change it 62. I will change it right now. So let me check with first this 61 one. Okay, so let me refresh this. And now here, okay, in the console, let me inspect it. And now you can see this is the old way to check. That's why you can see tag name and the C child. It means our old code is executed. New code will not be executed. Why? Because it will always work with the help of this API like 60. So let me change into the 62, this one, 61 to 62. Let me save this and deploy it. Okay, so once you deploy it, definitely it will be work in both scenarios, like old one as well as new one. Let me refresh it. And now you can see here, just a second. Oh, I forgot it to, uncomment this one. So let me uncomment this code. Let me deploy it. And once you deploy it, now again you have to refresh this one. Once you refresh it, then you can see 2 times of output. Please observe. This is coming from, old one, this one. This piece of line of code is executed here. And this is the new one and it is coming from this area. Here you can see. And it is working for the 62.0 API. You can see these all, right? So this is how you can implement these new features, right? Now, let's see the next feature is available or not. Yeah, so this is the new feature. like TypeScript support for the LWC dev preview. So starting Winter 25, you can author your LWC component using TypeScript instead of JavaScript, but still in dev preview, and we cannot use directly this TypeScript in our JS file. I will create a one video about it, like a TypeScript supported by LWC. Please mention your comments, thoughts inside the comment section. Then it will be encourage me to create the lots of content regarding this TypeScript, how we can use it. Okay, and GraphQL adapter. This is the new feature. GraphQL adapter is now supported in Experience Cloud side. So you have to use this Lightning/UI GraphQL API is also supported in the LWC build of Experience Cloud or LWR sites. So this is another feature. You can leverage this feature. Okay. So guys, please mention your thoughts, what you're thinking about these all new features in the comment section. It would be good for me, and it's encourage me to create lots of content. It's up to date to you, your knowledge to me as well, right? So please guys, mention your thoughts, comments. And here, finally, thank you so much for your time, and please don't forget it to like, share, comment, subscribe the channel. Also, you can turn on the bell icon for more updates, so you never will miss any kind of update from my side. So till then, bye bye, take care, see ya. Thank you for watching guys.